I just came up with a new concept in the shower, and it's related to emotions. So, the concept that I came up with is reaction versus expression. So, are you reacting to your emotional state, or are you expressing your emotions in a healthy way? I'll take frustration as an example. Maybe you're frustrated with how your boss is treating you at work, something like that. It's a common situation that many people experience. So you have frustration, you're holding frustration based upon how your boss is treating you. If you take the reactionary route, you're going to most likely, regarding your interactions with that boss, have passive aggressive tendencies with that person. Or if you're one of those short tempered people, you might even like have explosions of anger with that person. But most people are probably going to exhibit the passive aggressive tendencies. And then because you're holding on to this frustration, you might bring that, or you're going to bring that into all other parts of your life. So you might come home and your partner or your girlfriend or boyfriend, whoever, might do something that it's really not that big of a deal, but since you're holding so much frustration, that triggers you. Notice what I said, it triggers you. So you need to be holding on to something in order to be triggered in that sense. So it's affecting all aspects of your life if you're holding on to things like that. And most people are in that reactionary mode because they're not conscious of what they're doing. So they're holding on to this frustration and everything is triggering it again because that frustration is there. So many things that are happening is making that frustration bubble up again and it's triggering it. And they're reacting. So they're in constant reaction mode. But the other way to approach this is the mode of expression. So this is it really starts with mindfulness and awareness. So it's being consciously aware of your frustration first and foremost, because you need to be aware of something in order to change it. And it's not repressing or suppressing your feeling of frustration, it's being with it, being consciously aware of it. And from that place of awareness, you can start to release that in a healthy manner instead of in a reactionary manner. And when you're reacting, it's still going to be there. And that's why you're reacting in the first place. So it starts with awareness, and then from there, you can express it in healthy ways. So if you're really frustrated, you might go to the gym and release that frustration and that tension by working out hard. You might go outside and scream, let it out in that sense, in that primal sense. Release it in that sense. And there are so many ways to release these kind of emotions, so many ways to release it in a healthy way where you're not projecting your frustrations upon other people. So there are so many healthy ways to do this. So release it in a healthy way, and then you can talk about it too. So you might, after that deep emotional charge is cleared, because it's going to be like in your body, you're going to be tense and frustrated like this. So once you release that aspect of it from the body, then you can have more just conversations about it, and conversations that don't hold that charge anymore because you've released a lot of it, at least a significant portion of it, maybe all in some cases. So then you might express that to your friend or your partner or something like that. And if it's something that you need to take action about regarding your boss, let's say, if it's something that you need to take action about, after you acknowledge and release, then you can hold a conversation with your boss about it. Instead of being passive aggressive and instead of erupting in anger, you can sit down and have a good conversation. And you can see if you can get what you're looking for, and if you can see eye to eye with that person, because you won't be holding that emotional charge to it anymore. So those are the two routes, being either reactionary or healthy expression. And the difference like most things in life, it comes down to mindfulness and self-awareness. And this idea of reaction versus expression, it plays true to every emotion. So whether it's anger, frustration, sadness, anything like that, you can go either one of those two routes. Okay, so it's not good to repress or suppress emotions, and I'm probably going to do a video on that tomorrow. So you need to acknowledge it and express it. And when you get into the habit of expressing in a healthy manner and releasing things, then you're holding less of a charge with most things. Because if you're absorbing and reacting, you're constantly holding on to all of this stuff. And if you're repressing, you're holding on to it without even knowing it. So that's even worse. So if you are acknowledging that you feel something and then releasing it in a healthy manner, it doesn't have that charge. So you're not going to get triggered anymore if you release it. So less and less things are going to trigger you. And you're not going to be perfect because we're humans, and we also have a lot of primal responses to things too. We have primal responses to fear, we have primal danger responses, and it's natural to get frustrated about certain things and sad, and it's natural to grieve about certain things. But you'll get to a point where it doesn't run your life. Yeah, you will experience those emotions, and it's part of being a human, but you're not going to drag them with you, and you're not going to hold these emotions over stupid asinine things as well. So there's a difference between experiencing the raw emotions that humans are designed to experience and then that like psychological burden scenario that a lot of people find themselves in because they're dragging so much unnecessary stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if dogs feel like anger and frustration sometimes, but it's like that primal sense. They'll bark and they'll put their back up and then it'll be out. You know, they'll feel it, it's out. They feel it, it's out. So it's a complete acknowledgement and a flowing with it. So we have to embrace those two. If something ignites our primal anger, we need to express it, acknowledge and express it in a healthy manner instead of dragging things with us. Because when we're dragging everything with us, that's when we become very reactionary and so many things start triggering us. So you can either be reactionary or expressive. So the difference is mindfulness and self-awareness, okay? Peace, peace, much love, and one love, baby.